What's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored. I'm here with my man, Alan. We are the Bridge and Tunnel Connect, Nolan Hash, and the Beast from the East
with the least research.
As always, please like, share, subscribe. Everything we do is at uncensoredalliance.com. Email AEW Uncensored Podcast at gmail.com. Love mail, hate mail, mail it all. Send it to us. Facebook, AEW Uncensored Podcast. We have a page and a group. Like the page, join the group, please. Throw it in the search bar, you'll find it. We are on all third-party podcast applications. We are on Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart Radio, and iTunes. Please write us a review on iTunes. And fuck anybody who gave us those 1 stars.
Yeah, what the hell?
Bro, we got hit with a bunch of 1 stars. And they weren't from the United States, I don't believe, because you can only see the United States ones. And who the fuck knows what country? So, all you fucking non-American listeners, shouldn't say fans, we're not fans, but listeners that hate on us, fuck off. No, but all joking aside, appreciate that. Even if you did give us 1 star, appreciate that. I do ask for it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably just obliging, knowing our listeners.
Exactly.
You want to be on the show? Hit us up on Skype. Link in the description of the podcast and the video version on YouTube. So as far as YouTube, the live show every Sunday, 3:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. That's when we're live. And I believe that's all we have for promotional content.
Commercials.
You'd think I was drinking Henny all morning. Johnny boy, what is up?
What's up?
John in the house. Yeah, man. Let's get the fuck to it.
Well, we got a couple of miscellaneous items.
I got one.
Oh,
too,
cool.
So.
Okay. Both of mine are injury related. So that crazy.
Bring the fucking.
What's that?
You bring the fucking bad news. I'll bring the good.
Perfect.
News.
That sounds good.
There you go. Perfecto.
So, we saw that crazy bump that Ricky Starks took on his neck, and originally everybody thought he was okay, but he is not. So he's going to be out for quite a while with a neck injury. I'm trying to think. I know that Tony Khan provided an update, basically just saying that it was small fracture in the neck. So as far as like how long he's going to be out, I think it's hard to say. You're easily looking at probably a few months for something like that.
Yeah.
Before he's even going to be able to take any bumps. So hopefully he will.
Good thing it's no surgery.
Yeah, thankfully not. So hopefully he'll be okay pretty soon. And then, for all the shit that Jericho got for falling on a cartoon gymnasium mat, he actually hurt his elbow. He's going to be out of action for 4 to 6 weeks with a dislocated elbow. He is still expected to take part in Stadium Stampede in quote-unquote some capacity. So
some capacity.
We'll have to see what exactly that's going to mean, considering he's got a hurt elbow.
Yeah, well, they're fucking literally could take that. They could take the video in pieces and whatever and angles and different ways.
Yeah.
So, I'm fucking not about this Stadium Stampede Part 2.
Me neither.
All right, mine is AEW's back on the road starting in July. They'll be in Miami first, and then they'll be heading out to Texas. So
yep.
Something for the fans to look forward to. Finally back out on the road. Let's see where they go after that.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see them outside of Daily Place. I mean, it's for them to be there every single week this whole time. It does get a little stale, I'm sure, for them as well as for everybody else.
Yeah, and then obviously be great to have fans back in the crowd. I mean, the UFC card a couple weeks back, it was fucking electric, and of course last night it was great. It was good to hear fans.
Yep.
So that's all. That's about it for miscellaneous.
We got Simon in the house asking if we're in a good mood tonight.
Yeah, I'm all right. I mean, I'm always in a pretty decent mood,
Well, I'm about to get a chant started because guess what tonight is for dinner?
Uh-oh. What is it?
Ziti.
ZD, ZD,
That's
ZD,
right.
ZD, ZD. ZD's a pretty good one.
Of the big
It's a
variety.
good one. Simon says the Miami show is nearly sold out already.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got some time, but I'm surprised it didn't sell out right away.
I mean, I'm sure you're still having a lot of people feeling iffy about going to anything live. It's probably going to be that way for a bit, no matter what it is.
Especially wrestling fans. They're a special bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little soft in the britches is what I'll put it as. You know?
Yeah.
Little light in the britches. It's you laugh, but it's funny. That's like literally a lot of the stuff I hear and see nowadays. It's like, okay, you know, and this is coming from a guy. I'm not an Attitude Era fan, but I mean, they were doing some wild ass shit in the Attitude Era. And these fans today, they would fucking lose their fucking minds in the Attitude Era.
Oh, absolutely.
And
the whole world today would lose its minds in the Attitude Era.
Right, even the NWO, and you go back and watch a lot of 80s wrestling, my God, they wouldn't survive, these kids that are wrestling fans today. Anyway, that's all I'll say on that. Dude, I don't want to get the deep dive. We'll get more 1-star reviews. It's probably a bunch of fucking cucks. He said some stuff, man. Dude, I listen to a podcast and listen. I listen to it just to get perspectives because they do have a lot of they've been around forever. They have a lot of a following, and they also have a lot of people that call in and stuff. And not only is the host is probably older than us. Not only is the host and most of the people that he deals with on calls, but it's like literally the guys that run with them, they're the same way. I'm just like, God damn, you guys are weak. You're just weak, man. Like, I don't know, man. Just pussy. I don't like, you know me, man. I don't hold point. I curse. I talk a certain way. As you know, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be a baby about shit.
Right.
You got these guys running their mouth about elections, and it like, dude, come on. You know, like I just want to hear wrestling. I don't want to hear your little spin on shit. Just stop, man.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, God, I try not to get on these rants lately, but that's all I've been thinking about, man.
It goes through my mind every single day, unfortunately.
Soft in the britch ass motherfuckers. I know Simon likes me using the word britches. That's an old fucking European term there. They probably still use it. Us Americans got rid of that shit in the probably 30s or so.
Oh, and Simon says he's coming over for the Jericho cruise in October. Really?
Oh shit! You should extend and come up to Jersey.
Yeah, right.
Big Dub says, Bill, it hurts me that you don't come watch our show more often. Yeah, bro, it's like after AEW's over, I just want to get back to doing my own fucking thing. I just, I just fucking go play a video game or putz around on the fucking phone and or watch TV. I don't really fucking, I don't know. I feel like after that, I got about 2 solid hours before I got to go to bed. That's why we don't do our show on Wednesday night. It's like I don't want my whole, like, after working all day, I come home, watch AEW for 2 hours, and then go do a 2-hour show. I don't want to deal with it. So it's almost the same situation.
Yeah, it's hard.
You guys need an audio version of your podcast, so then I could listen to it as I work, because that's what I do with these other podcasts. I listen to them while I'm working.
Yeah.
So while I'm driving around for work, or I'm driving to or from work, or while I'm working. So get your shit, get MP3s of it, upload it to a website, and do it that way. And I'll be able to listen to it. I won't be able to join you live again because, like I said, I really just don't. After AEW's over, I just want to be chilling before I got to go to bed. So, okay, now that we fucking I've rambled my brain off. We should cut everything out, right? We're probably gonna get another 4 ones. Oh my God.
Oh, and Simon's either doing the cruise or a food tour. Let us know where you're going to be going, Simon.
Oh shit.
If I was still in San Fran, I'd say go to San Fran because the food there, holy shit, man.
Yeah, the food there is great, and as soon as you leave the restaurant, you'll want to fucking puke your brains out because there's human feces all across the concrete.
I was just about to say, yeah, once you leave the restaurant, you step right into a pile of human shit. So,
yeah, do not listen to Alan about going to San Francisco. Oh, they got great food. You'll throw it up as soon as you step out of the fucking door. Because you know California's fucking cuck-ass fucking state doesn't do anything about anything. But they'll ban plastic straws. Hey, we'll let humans take shits all over the streets where somebody literally has to make an app that shows you where human excrement is on the app in the city. But we're going to ban plastic straws.
It is brilliant.
Cucks!
The irony is thick.
It's so fucking...
All right, Simon, if you do come to LA, you let me know. Because I will be out there in October. So if you do come to LA, let me know.
All right. Let's move into fucking wrestling before I get fucking canceled.
I think you're well past it, but okay.
Yeah, fuck you. That's all I got to say if you got something to say to me. I mean, listen, we got our email, AEW Uncensored Podcast at gmail.com. Send me a fucking email if you don't like it. I want to hear from you. And I don't give a fuck. Anyway, first match, Nagata versus Moxley. Now, Moxley got Wild Thing played for him, which was great. Yep. I wonder if TK bought the rights to that song or just kind of licensed it for that day. Maybe we'll find out. I like Mox's regular theme, so I don't know. I don't know if I would prefer this over that.
I think it depends on whether or not Nagata might be having more appearances. I could see him having just outright buy the rights just in case he needs it for a rainy day or for something else.
Yeah, but that was Moxley's entrance. That wasn't Nagata.
Right, but it was done in tribute to Nagata. So if they
done in tribute to Onita.
Sorry, Onita. Yes, I apologize. That's what I meant to say. So that's why I'm thinking, though, that if they think that there may have other reasons for using it connected to him, you never know. He may decide he still wants to use it for a rainy day.
Yeah, we'll see. The match was pretty good. I mean, it was like had a lot of Japanese-esque shit to it. The fucking forearms, the mano-y-mano bullshit that, drives me crazy, but it was all right. But, everybody I hear was super excited after this match. It was a good match, but the reality is, man, he looked his age. It did get better as it went on. It started a little slow. He looked his age. I'm fine with it. I have no issue with it. But I'm just saying, the people that are super fucking got super hard-ons for this, I love the fact that New Japan was here. I'm fine with Yuji Nagata. Yeah. It's great that he's back on TNT after all these years. The match was decent. It was a pretty good match, but again, you could see he looked his age. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
It's like when you see Jericho out there, the guy looks his age. What was your take on it? Let's go.
No, I liked it. I think it was a good opening match. I liked that this was essentially an attraction. It was nice to open the show with an attraction. I think for a match like this, you either put it at the beginning or you put it at the end, and it had the right placement. Very good. I did like how it ended. I liked the whole, Moxley putting the title bat down and bowing, and then they're bumping heads, and that was pretty cool. Yeah. So it was a nice way to open the show.
Yeah, that was nice. The respect at the end of the match, I really liked it. Next up, we got Inner Circle. They cut a promo. It's basically just Sammy Hager and Ortiz. Ortiz is leading this promo, which I've really liked. I really thought he did a great job. Yep. Sammy. You just, I have such high hopes for you, man, and your mic work is just, it's fucking atrocious. Keep practicing, but you're practicing, but you're not fixing it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know who's giving him critiques or what, but you know, act like he's your best friend or your brother when you're giving him those critiques. You don't want him to look like an idiot. You don't want him to fail. So give him honest opinions. Don't treat him like he's a fucking rapper who you're hanging on to for their money. All right? Because then you'll just be a yes man. Give the fucking dude some love like he's your family. Whoever's giving him the fucking info after these promos.
Well, I feel like there was a point where they were giving him more reps on Dark to get him more comfortable, and I haven't really been seeing that much lately. Again, I just keep Dark on in the background, but I have not really been seeing anything further than that.
He hasn't wrestled in a while, so I doubt he's even had promos. And you're right, he was getting reps, but he was getting those reps. He wasn't fixing anything. They literally turned into meandering again and again and again. It's like, okay, we don't need 5 minutes of you pontificating about how great you are, you know, like in a like very long and windy, you know, backcountry sense.
Yeah.
Next up, we get a Cody promo, and like we said last week, who to guess? He's gonna face off against Anthony Ogogo. You know, he just this one was another one. He just fucking meandered. It was like he was going through Ireland and just driving these long, open, windy roads, and like, dude, get to the fucking point, bro. Like, you know, he just took way too long with this promo. You know, he touched on a lot of political things that it was almost like you could go, if you're one side, you could feel a certain way. If you're the other side, you feel a certain way. It was as tightrope as I felt you could get without alienating either side one way or the other. You know what I mean? Because he didn't take a stance per se. I get it. I did my little fucking rants before, but I get it. We all know what side he thinks is full of shit. But let's be real. He did a good job walking the line. Nothing egregious either. Like, so it's not like he touched anything that was like super charged per se.
Right.
I think maybe, you know, like when he was talking about like our broken political two-party system, I wholeheartedly agree with him. Even if I am on one side, I wholeheartedly agree with him. Even one side or not, I mean, the whole fucking thing is broken.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, and the funny part is, like, while they want us on teams left and right and center and whatever the fuck they want us on, the reality is they really work together real fast when their little two-party system gets attacked. You know, like Ross Perot. Remember, Ross Perot was what caused George W. the election against Clinton, and both the Democrats and Republicans got together real fast and made it very difficult for an independent to kind of get the traction that Perot had. You know, so. Because they didn't want it to fuck either party in the future. Because they saw, it fucked the Republicans that year. So the Democrats go, we don't want this to happen to us in the future.
Yep.
And so the reality is, man, it's a fucking broken system. It is. It really is. I mean, you know, at this point in time, you know, we've let it get that way as the people who elect these fucking dummies. So, you know, all said and done, I may be on a side, but I really think the government in general is full of fucking shit. You know, regardless of what side I'm on. In general, I think both sides are pretty full of shit for the most part. So that was one thing that he kind of said that, like, everybody could kind of almost get behind that. You know what I mean? Like, so I didn't feel like it was too taboo. Trying to remember what else he said. It's I mean, like, I get what he was saying about Georgia and his daughter and all that, and that's true. I mean, it's true. It's good. It's good to see. And that the honest to God's truth about that is that's progress, man.
Yeah.
And you can hate progress, or you can't hate progress. You could try to say, oh, but that's progress, man. And all we could do is keep progressing, and that's all we could hope for, without all the fucking drama, Just it was very weird. Like, he touched on, it was just very American. He was trying to do the whole American versus Europe, UK thing, and
it was a very 80s style promo, basically.
Yeah, it had that 80s feel, but I felt like, I don't know, like, what kind of, was he taking a dig? Like, it's not very popular to love America.
Yes.
Like, was he taking a dig? Because it's like, okay, well, then he's almost taking a dig at the other, like, he's almost on one side, but then he's kind of taking a dig at that side. So that's why I kind of felt like this whole promo, while it meandered and stuff, and I kind of almost, I just was like gritting my teeth while he was going through all this political shit. I just was like, I was like, all right. I mean, like, he kind of didn't get me to be like, fuck you, or he didn't, I'm sure he didn't get the other side necessarily to be like, fuck you, you know what I mean? So he did an all right job in that sense. I just felt like it was like literally too fucking long.
Yeah, it was way too long. It was it by the time he finally got around to what he wanted to do, it was like you could have done this in 5 minutes. In 3 minutes.
I thought that was a little, yeah.
I'm trying to remember how exactly long it was. It felt long, though. It did feel very long. It felt like he was meandering about. It felt like he didn't really know exactly what he wanted to say, what he wanted to really focus on. And he really could have just come out, say, we're going to have a match, saying, you're going to face the American Dream, and that could have been the end of it.
Yeah, the whole American Dream thing, it's like, it's cool. I mean, I guess, yeah, I get it all. Again, I felt like he very finally walked that line. I don't know if you felt that way, but I feel like he kind of did.
Yeah.
I mean, you could feel one way or the other either way. If you're on the left, you could feel one way about it or the other. If you're on the right, you could feel one way about it or on the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost you go to the left, you would almost think he's attacking the left by going, a lot of people think it's anti-American, it's they're not how do you put it, and that would almost be, like you're it's not good to be, it's a lot of people are feeling unpatriotic or feel like they shouldn't be patriotic or whatever, and you could almost say, oh, well, that's like something that the news would put at, the news or the opinions of the right would be about the left, and then the election thing, you could almost say that's an opinion that the left would have about the right. Yeah. Like that type of deal. So it was pretty fucking even, in my opinion.
Yeah. He was making an effort, I think, to be down the middle.
Right. So whatever, it is what it is. Next up, we had the Bucks versus SCU. Damn, son. Daniels had that fucking veteran blade, bro. Oh my God, he was leaking. And I mean, that was great. Unfortunately, they didn't show it a lot. I get it, because the whole point of that was for him to be off camera.
Yes.
So Kazarian could get beat up a lot, but God damn, that was vicious. And then when he was in the ring later, when he's laying with his head on the mat, like, you could see it pooling up below his on the backside of his head on the mat.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. That one contrived pin, I thought it was ridiculous. The ref literally stopped counting to allow the spot to happen. I think it was one of the Bucks was on the top rope.
Yes.
And he had to jump like 3/4 of the way across the ring. Literally, the ref just stops. Rick Knox just stops counting. Now, okay, everybody shits on Rick Knox. I can't necessarily say this is a Rick Knox thing because Rick Knox has to fucking count the pin. This is a timing thing where there obviously was off timing with the wrestlers and how they set it up. And it, I think it was number one, I believe probably because it was way too far away. You know what I mean?
I think so too.
Like I felt like whatever Buck was trying to make, I forget which Buck was up top. He was like, okay, I got to make sure I do this right, and he was prepping way too long. So, I don't know. I just, it just makes the shit look bad. So, we knew SCU was going to lose this.
Sure.
We knew the Bucks weren't going to drop the titles. And, of course, they cut away at the end of the match to Moxley, Kingston destroying the Elite's locker room. Then they go to commercial. When they come back, they kind of show Kazarian and Daniels hugging. They know that they're done as a tag team. I like that they actually came back and gave him the time.
Me too.
With that, it may have been quick. I feel like maybe they should have given another, maybe like a good 15 seconds. It literally felt like 5 seconds. They put it up, showed them hugging, mentioned it, and moved on. Maybe good 10, 15 seconds. Would have kind of given it a little more oomph. They've been talking about this, and, maybe them even talking about it a little more during the match, just to prep the people's mind that, oh, this is a big thing for them. I don't know. I felt like it. I'm in between on it. I didn't think it was great how they handled it. I didn't think it was bad how they handled it.
I do think they missed the mark quite a bit. And number one, like you said, there wasn't enough talking about that they're breaking up the team if they lose. And I think that from a storytelling perspective, you do need to hammer that home a bit more. Don't over hammer it home, but talk about it. And then I kind of would have liked it if they did take they took some time at the very end of the match to have a little moment there in the ring. I really feel like they missed the boat not doing that. So between not really talking about it much and setting up the storytelling for what the consequences are if they lose, to then not really focusing on it, I was a bit disappointed. Because they've been building this up for a long time now. It was months ago that they made that call that they're going to say, we're going to keep teaming until we lose, and then once we lose, that's it.
Right. I'm with you on it. I mean, I understand. I could see both sides. I'm not 100% upset with it, but I'm also, I could also see, personally would have liked to see a little more. I like a lot of things, they kind of glaze over it. They don't talk about it enough, but it's like, it's a story that you're building. You have to keep it fresh in people's heads.
Yep.
Especially during the match against the champions.
Yep. And then this match also had inexplicably one of 2 WWE callbacks. I don't know what Tony Khan was really on this week that he wanted to have these 2 callbacks, but this is the first one of the night.
That's the Bucks. And Tony Khan let him do it.
Is that a fact? Is that something you heard?
No, I'm just it's got the Bucks written all over.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they're dressing like Shawn Michaels, bro. They love Shawn Michaels. So go ahead.
No. If that's the case, then I wasn't sure if that was a Tony Khan thing or.
No. Just spit it out though. Go ahead. Give the info.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, for anybody who, of course, saw the WrestleMania match between Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. Shawn Michaels actually, right before he super kicks Flair, he goes, "I'm sorry, I love you," takes him out and pins him, and they did a very similar thing here with Matt Jackson. And Daniel. So it was funny, but at the same time, it was just like, okay. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And what was the other one?
Oh, well, we'll get to the other one. The other one's later in the show, the other WWE callback. Right. Yeah.
Gotcha. Christian promo, yawn.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Every time this guy comes out now, I feel like I want to take a nap. It's it's not good.
Okay, now we get to Orange Cassidy versus Pac. Sorry. Okay. I don't know. Like, I kind of like was faint. Like, my interest wasn't so high in the beginning of this match. I love that at the point when Callis came out to distract Aubrey, and then Kenny was able to get in the ring and take Pac out with the belt. Yeah. Pac basically had Orange out. Pac was, ready to take the upper hand and get the win. Kenny takes him out. Aubrey turns around and says, what the fuck happened? She has no idea. She starts to proceed to do the 10 count. They both get counted out. Now. Are they fucking listening to us, or are they listening to us?
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Right. Okay. I, number one, fucking love this. I fucking loved it. Now you're like, what the fuck? Like, okay. And then of course we'll get to it, but okay. I loved it. I love Kenny's fucking schizo fucking heel in full effect. Like, he's like this schizo type heel. I really love it. Of course, Shivani eventually comes out, and he they're like, we're not wrestling, no losers are getting a chance at the title, whatever the fuck they said. And Shivani comes out and goes, not so fast. Now instead of one, you're wrestling both of them. So now he's got a triple threat match at Double or Nothing. I like it. I like the double count out. I like that both guys getting in the match with Kenny. Listen, for a match that had no build, really, I mean, this helps make the match that much better.
Yeah, and I'm somebody who, I may have mentioned this before, I hate triple threat matches and four-way matches. I hate when they do that. I always feel like that's a lazy way to just get somebody into a story, but it actually makes sense here. There was an actual good scenario as far as, especially after last week with the promo with Orange, and it makes sense to say, let's put the three of them together, and this is a good way to go about doing it. So yeah, I liked how they came about with this one.
I'm not gonna front, I wasn't paying close attention to this match, so I did hear a couple people say that they felt like Orange got injured in the match.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I guess he got dropped pretty good. I did see him get I don't remember what move they said, but I did see him take I believe a power bomb where his back of his head, it could have been Darby. Yeah, I might be conflating him and Darby. One of these guys took a power bomb where they literally looked like they bounced their head first before anything else.
I think that was Darby.
Okay, then I might have been conflating.
Yeah, that was Darby.
Maybe it was a backdrop, something like that, where Pac hit him with something and he landed on his neck. Apparently, the ref was checking on him. He was on the outside checking on him. So, again, I wasn't paying close attention. Big Dub says Orange was concussed. So,
wow, okay.
So, listen, they could have... Okay, it was supposed to be a 20-minute draw, but Orange got legitimately knocked out, so they improvised. That's coming from John.
If Orange Cassidy got legitimately knocked out and he has a concussion, then how the hell are they going to have a triple threat match? That's not that long away for someone with a concussion to be able to get back in the ring. We're talking the 30th, right?
Yeah.
It
depends. It depends. I mean, some concussions aren't as bad as others. I mean, they'll have to see by then.
Yeah.
Simon says Cassidy did get injured. Aubrey put the X up during the adverts on Fight TV. We watched through some of the.
Oh, you see, I didn't notice that. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had heard like again, I didn't focus on the match itself. I really kind of, I don't know. I'm not like as much as I liked Orange early on. He's not doing nothing for me. And
yeah,
I don't know. John's saying that it was supposed to be a time limit draw. All indications is it was supposed to be a draw, and that actually works for me, or a draw in some sense, be it a count out or a draw or time limit or whatever. Either way, I mean, that's just as good. If it went to a time limit draw, to me, that's just as good.
Yeah, it is.
You know, you go, oh, we didn't get what we want, but then they go, no, we got what you, and you go, oh, we're getting even more than we want. You know what I'm saying? So you get these fucking levels of excitement, you know. Let's be real though. If they had to call an audible on the fly and do the distraction and the title and the promo, that's pretty damn good by Callis and Kenny and all. And to do a quick switcheroo with that. I mean, that was pretty impressive by those guys.
Yeah.
You know, listen, I know they're used to doing shit on the fly, but you know, that was a big spot, and they shine doing it. So. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments.
Well, Big Dub was saying if he gets impact tests every day, he's out 1 week. I didn't even know that. I figured with the concussion, you got to be mad careful. I don't know. That doesn't feel like a lot of time to me. I think if he legitimately got a concussion, I figured you're out at least 30 days for something like that. But again, I'm no expert.
That's a day-to-day thing, man. It's the same. It's the same in all these leagues and stuff. It's, you know, you'll be out for a week and then they'll test you, and if they feel you're not progressing, they'll keep you out. And but listen, it gives them an opportunity anyway, because they can go to Pac versus Omega.
They could, exactly. I was going to say if they have to.
Either way,
yeah.
If they have to, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, what was your feeling on the match itself?
I mean, I thought it was very good. I like Pac a lot. Any match he's in, it's always very good. So I thought it was great. And I agree, like you said, you know, whatever the reason for it was, I do like the idea of the double count out. Again, storyline wise, it's a good progression to the next stage and to have this be the match.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, we get a Hangman promo. He tells Brian Cage to drop Taz and face him at Double or Nothing because he knows Cage isn't happy that he needed Taz to win that match. So another little possibility of Cage, you know, making moves away from Taz. Yeah. And I liked the comedy by Dark Order here. It was some great not over the top comedy. You know what I mean? A little more bunch of guys goofing off and having a little fun. I like it.
Yeah, no, it worked out. It was good.
Next up, we get the Pinnacles Coronation. Basically, I put lots of blowing themselves.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I didn't take any specific notes on their promos. In the middle of it, though, horns start blasting, and in comes 3 of the inner circle in a utility vehicle. Sammy's sitting on a water cannon. We all know what's going to happen. You know, I don't know why Pinnacle wouldn't be like, oh, he's got a water cannon. What are we going to do now? We're just going to stand here so he could soak us down. But listen, suspend disbelief, right?
And this was the second WWE callback that I'm talking about. You've got the Austin with the beer, you got Kurt Angle with the milk, and now you got Jericho with the water cannon.
Guess what a common denominator in a lot of these WWF callbacks are? Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Granted, he wasn't the whole, you know, the Young Bucks one, but the Young Bucks are fucking Michaels fans. They call back to everything Michaels.
Yeah.
So Sammy at the water cannon. Now, of course, out pops Jericho. You kind of saw him when they were driving in, ducking down. Basically says he wants a rematch with MJF. MJF gives him an answer, and he says no. He says no twice. Then Jericho basically tells Sammy to let him have it, sprays him down with the water, supposedly bubbly, I would assume, since that was what they had on the side of the cart. Basically, after this, Max says he accepts, and it'll be a Stadium Stampede match, and says it will be no jokes this time. And if the Inner Circle loses, they will have to break up for good. So hopefully that's true, and there's not this goofy shit that was in Stadium Stampede that, you know, the more I let that sink in over the year, the more I'm like, it was stupid. A lot of it, some of it was cool. A lot of it was stupid, especially the Jericho flag thing and the fucking Northern Suplex all the way 50 yards or whatever. Like, that shit was just retarded. And my notes even say, God help us, not another Stadium Stampede.
Yeah.
I really don't think they needed to do this bullshit. Again, yeah, and Simon said it, the Stadium Stampede should not be repeated, 100%. The other thing that was hilarious, I don't know if you caught this, but Cash split his pants. Bad,
I saw that,
dude. When they were all gathered leaving, dude, his whole ass was out, bro.
He was wearing something that was 2 sizes too small.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking skinny jean wearing fuckers. Yeah, that shit was pretty funny though. Next up, we got promo with Britt sitting down with JR. Basically, just talks about her upcoming match with Shida. How, you know, sure, Shida carried them through the pandemic, but you know, she's the lifeline. She's the blood, the pulse, and you know, when you have that, you don't need a machine to keep the company run, the division running. So obviously, just more pump for the Shida Britt. Sadly, they're really dropping the ball with the champ here. Where is the champ? Why isn't she out there? Why are we not getting things? Like, what is going on? We're not even getting video packages. Well, okay, they did show Britt and her the video package briefly, but you know, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, Britt's taking the title. I'm not good with it. I'm not going to reiterate why I'm not good with it again, but I'll accept it because what the fuck else? You know, what else is there? That's pretty much it. I mean, what would you have on the promo itself? Anything?
I mean, I liked it again. Britt can talk. There's no doubt about that. So you're never going to see any bad marks against her for that. I do agree with you that it's been a very one-sided affair in the sense that you don't have much from Shida at all. It doesn't feel like it's an even-keeled program.
And she's the champ.
She's the champ. I mean, you did have, you know, they showed that there was a photo shoot where, you know, Baker attacked Shida, but there's nothing with Shida doing any kind of promos whatsoever, and it's all been Britt. And granted, you know, is Britt a better talker than Shida? Probably, but still, Shida isn't garbage on the mic. You could still have her out there talking and still have this be more of a two-sided thing. It does feel very one-sided, and again, I just don't. Again, take a shot every time I say this, and you'll die of alcohol poisoning. This is a storytelling problem to me. You're not telling this feud well enough. You're not really giving a reason to want to go see it, because you're not really illustrating the contention between the two at all.
Right.
And, you know, Britt spent all this time, quote unquote, working her way up to the number one contender, and she's finally there. And Shida hasn't said jack shit about her since she got there. Right. So there is a problem there, I think. Considering we're, 2 weeks away, there needs to... I really, you know, I hope that this Wednesday they have at least maybe a response of some sort from Shida to this.
Should. Simon says, I predict that at the pay-per-view, Tessa will interfere to cost Britt the title. That will then start a Tessa versus Britt angle. I would almost assume Tessa would come in as the heel. So I would say that I like what you're saying, minus the Tessa Britt angle. I think it would then lead to a Tessa versus Shida for the title angle. And that I would agree with Tessa taking the title from Shida maybe at the next pay-per-view.
I honestly still don't see Tony Khan taking in Tessa.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm just going with his thoughts.
Yeah, it's a cool scenario for sure. I would be shocked as shit if Tony Khan takes in Tessa. I just can't see him doing it. But we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Next up, we get Thunder Rosa versus Jasmine Allure. Basically a squash to put Thunder Rosa over. Nothing more.
Nothing more.
We get a quick Jade promo. She shows... they show Smart Mark Sterling offering to represent her again. I like Jade, but it's like these promos are just becoming repetitive.
This goes for a lot of what you see on this program. You've got these promos that are the same week after week after week. And I agree, Jade is an attraction. And again, they have to be very careful and treat her, special, which she does have matches. But it does feel like she's saying the same thing week after week now. They got to go somewhere. They got to go into a different direction. They got to build up her next feud, and they got to do something different with her.
Next up, we get a great promo by Darby in his pre-match, leading into the match with Miro. And of course, like I said, that leads right into Miro versus Darby.
Yeah.
Miro attacks Darby before the bell. One issue I had with this was it probably would have been better to keep Sting away from the match. Just say he was still reeling or healing, however you want to say, from the ankle lock.
Yes.
Because basically Sting just stood there while Miro beat up Darby before the match and did nothing. But then again, they also couldn't have Sting not out there, because then they couldn't do the mid and after match situation with Sky and Ethan Page on Sting. However, you could have done this. Sting is here. He's trying to relax. He's not trying to stand around. His ankle's still bothering him. He's in the back. Then Miro comes, beats up Darby. Sting slowly makes his way out, hobbles out, and by that time, the bell rings. Now Sting's out there as the equalizer, right? You could have done that. And now Sting, instead of being out there while Darby's getting beat up, Sting makes his way out in the middle of Darby being beat up, then gets there at the end of Darby being beat up, and now he's out there for the rest of the match to make sure that doesn't happen again. And then you could use Ethan and Sky and Sting after that. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't happen until after the match is already in play.
Right.
So, that's just common sense. I thought of that in 3 fucking seconds. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just, it's just bad storytelling.
Yeah. That's really what it comes down to.
Sting's here. He's got your back. But he does absolutely fucking nothing when you get attacked.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? Just looks dumb. Of course, during the commercial break, you're on a commercial break. Wait 2 minutes, then send the guy out to do what they're going to do. You're on a commercial break, and Ethan and Sky attack Sting. In a commercial break.
Yeah.
Guys, 60 seconds. Wait 60 more seconds. Okay, guys, we're back from commercial. Go. No. Let's fucking cue them during commercial to attack.
Yeah. It's garbage. There's no, again, this is a production issue. This is a timing issue. You're not supposed to have anything more than filler during a commercial break, period. That's the whole point. The whole point is that, especially because some viewers are not seeing picture in picture. It doesn't happen that way across the board. So you need to assume that when a commercial is happening, that nobody is able to see what's happening, and it causes a shit ton of confusion when you can then come back from the break wondering what the fuck did I miss. Yeah,
just a fucking head scratcher. This match was great, though. Darby really... I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Darby fucking shines at 7.
Absolutely.
He makes you fucking believe. He really makes the match. Miro looked the part. He helped Miro look the part, even though he already looks the part. He made him look that much stronger. Yep. I mean, I love it. I really love Darby. He doesn't need the title. He's a guy that doesn't, he doesn't need that title to be popular. There's always those guys that, they're always going to be popular and they don't really need that strap.
Sure.
He's one of those guys. I don't know how much longer his career is going to be. I'll be honest with you there.
Yeah.
But in the end, Miro wins the title by making Darby pass out. Darby was basically fighting from behind pretty much from the onset, basically beat down at the beginning. He got his little thing in, but the reality is Darby still looks strong because Miro did attack him before the match. He was injured the week before from being thrown down the stairs. And of course he went in there and got brooded around when the match did start. So, yeah, I mean, I like it. I like Miro with the title.
Yeah. They finally make him look like a beast. It took long enough. They got to get rid of that best man moniker, though. They got to get rid of it. They got to bury that shit now. They cannot still call him the best man. Get rid of it. He's got to be something more now.
Yeah, they didn't even play up the gimmick. It felt like they were going to start playing up the Mr. Perfect style gimmick, and they just went totally away from it.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they did. I'd rather.
Yeah, but they kept the moniker, but they never went with the actual gimmick itself, which was weird.
Right.
Again, at the end, you got Ethan and Sky attacking Sting. Dark Order comes out and makes a save. I'm trying to remember Dark Order's play here with Ethan and Sky. Didn't they have a little run-in recently?
They did.
Was it against Hangman or something?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So we may be seeing something. We're going to obviously see Darby and Sting versus Ethan and Sky. And then, of course, Archer comes out with Jake holding him back. Miro's basically egging him on to come try to take the title. He puts the title down and says, come get it, So I'm guessing Miro and Archer are going to have a program. I really wish I'd see Archer in any other way than just pushing Jake Roberts out of the way to try to get to the ring.
Yeah, I agree.
Rushing out to just be inserted into something.
I agree.
They're really doing a shit job with him. They're just kind of putting him on TV to put him on TV. It's almost like the Sting scenario, I don't know. Simon says Sting was terrible here. I don't know why he was terrible. He didn't do anything really bad. I mean, the only thing that he didn't do is probably what they didn't tell him, don't let him attack him. It was kind of like that was the whole plan to begin. I think it wasn't Sting being terrible. It was the logistics.
I agree.
Were terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't Sting's fault. It wasn't his fault. It was the story. Again, it was shitty storytelling.
Yeah.
Taking up the shot.
So what do you think about the match? What do you got?
The match was great. Again, I know we talked about this offline. I understand that, Darby was obviously fighting from behind. He was injured. I do wish for drama's sake there was a bit more time between him passing out. Again, reality-wise, it makes sense. I just think from a drama perspective, it would have looked good if he was fighting it. Right. I felt like he passed out way too quickly. But you made a good point that, he was obviously fighting from behind. He was injured last week. Otherwise, I love the match. Again, I would have preferred not to see Sting and Paige and just stop bringing people in. This should have just been a one-on-one mauling. That's what I would have rather just been happy seeing. One-on-one mauling. You don't involve the other guys. Show ends with Miro, holding Darby, holding the title, and that's it. Close it.
Well, here's the deal. I don't mind the other guys because they didn't involve themselves in the match. It actually forwarded the storyline that's coming up. The only thing I would be Sting not coming out till late in the attack on Darby just before the match.
Yeah.
Because that made sense, because you need Sting out there to have Ethan and Sky attack Sting. They only attacked Sting. They didn't attack Darby.
Right.
So that works for me. It furthers the story. It was quick shots. It wasn't long. And they ran out. And then they came back and did it again. So that was fine to me. I don't think it... You know, I know there's a lot of convoluted attacks at the end of matches in AEW and brawls. But I don't think this was one of them. This is, in my opinion, was well done. I think the execution of when Sting came out wasn't well done.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That's it?
That's it. Again,
Jesus Christ.
I nothing much else to say. I mean, I like the way they went about it, and I hope now Miro is just a beast. I do want to say, I don't know if you saw this, but they did have like one of those, exclusive post-match things where Darby was talking, basically saying how much this title meant to him, and he doesn't want any other title. He only wants to go after this title. This is the one that he cares about. He doesn't care about the heavyweight title. This is all he cares about. So it was a good post-match little video that they had. Yeah. Bring on.
Good show overall. I felt the show was good overall.
Yeah. And I hope that
it was a solid show.
I hope this is a very, very long reign for Miro. Yeah. I want to see him with this belt at least for a year.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I will say, AEW dipped under 1 million this week.
They did.
That's not a good look.
Yeah.
That is not a good fucking look.
And again, there's no competition. I can't think of anything that was going on at the same time as the show this week. I don't think there was anything. There's no playoffs. There was no award shows. There was nothing to stop them from breaking over the 1 million. Yeah.
They're doing it to themselves.
They are. I agree.
Shockingly, this is a short and sweet episode. Look at that. Not like barely an hour at this point.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't, it was pretty newsworthy, but, it was not much. I guess there wasn't too much to rant about, right?
No.
I mean, the rants really extend the show.
We did rant. We ranted very timely. We ranted in a timely manner.
True. That's true. We kind of ran through it.
Again, I feel like every week we highlight the same issues, and these issues take a different form every week, but they're still there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anything is really going to change in that regard yet. I don't know. Tony Khan will do Tony Khan.
Yeah, hopefully he'll keep listening, because every week he kind of shoves a little something that we talk
about
into the show.
He does, yeah.
Ironically, just last week we talked about countouts and
that was funny.
Time limits and DQs, and what does he go and do? He was going to do a time limit draw apparently, and change it to a double count.
Yeah, so, that was funny. That was really eerie.
At this point, I don't see this as a coincidence, man.
No.
I mean, I see this as we are on the fucking cutting edge of Tony Khan's ear. And that's it.
Yep. Tony, man, got to do something about your storytelling and about your production. Those are the two biggest things you got to fix.
Big time. The production has been god fucking awful lately.
And the commercial break thing is probably the worst I've ever seen. I think in terms of having something take place during a commercial break, that's probably the worst that I've ever seen.
I have to be honest, that's probably Tony Khan calling for that.
Yeah. But again, I don't know if he's really, and again, I legitimately am saying this, I'm not being sarcastic. I don't know if he legitimately understands that not everybody sees picture in picture when there is a commercial break. Not your whole audience doesn't see that. So it's a huge problem if you're going to have something take place during a match that is significant, and then you bring somebody back from commercial and they're literally sitting there going, what the fuck?
I thought only national commercials weren't picture in picture. So I thought everybody did see the same picture-in-picture.
Because
they do mention it on the show.
They do.
Obviously, maybe not in other countries, but in the U.S., I believe everybody sees picture-in-picture.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was the case. I thought depending on how you watch the show, where you are with the network, I thought there might be occasions where that isn't the case.
No, because from what I understand, only national advertisements aren't picture-in-picture.
Okay.
So everything local has picture-in-picture.
Okay.
So take it for what it's worth. Even so, it doesn't matter if there's picture-in-picture. That shit shouldn't happen in picture.
Yeah, it's still, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. The screen is still too small where you can't really see what's going on.
Right.
So.
Lost Soul said, how about more than one storyline per division? That's another,
Yeah.
That'd be nice as well. I think reality is they don't have the time. And they're misusing dark and dark elevate. Again, I don't want to even fucking get into that convoluted bullshit.
No.
Hey, we got dark. Let's make dark part 2. Like nobody asked for dark part 2. We want dynamite, dynamite 2.0. You know what I mean? Like we want dynamite light. We want, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We don't want fucking dark and dark light. So anyway, I think the reality is you're right, Lost Soul. They just don't have the time. UK Simon says UK TV doesn't get pick and pick, but Fight TV does and gets the commentary during them too. That's cool. So yeah, Lost Soul, I agree with you. However, I don't know what's in Tony Khan's brain with this whole thing. I don't know. There's a lot of easy fixes that apparently seem like they're not easy fixes to Tony Khan. No. Or he's just not seeing them. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
I don't really think we have anything else for today, but please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell. UncensoredAlliance.com. You find everything we do. AEW Uncensored Podcast at gmail.com. That's how you get us on email. We are on Facebook, AEW Uncensored Podcast. We have a page and a group. Throw it in the search bar. The page and a group should pop up. Join the group, like the page. We're on all third-party podcast applications. We are also on Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and of course iTunes. Please go to iTunes and rate us. I'm no longer calling for ones because some of you are getting carried away. Because this show is a fucking 5. I don't care what you think. We are a 5.
Exactly.
We got barrage with ones recently, and I don't know where they're from or what they say because they are not from the U.S. and for some reason, iTunes only lets you see your country's ratings, reviews, which is retarded. You can change your country, but I don't know that your review will pop up because I've went to some of the major countries and Canada, UK, Philippines. Obviously, the Philippines is big for us. Thailand, Germany, and we got no reviews in any of those. There's about a million other countries that I'm not going to go and log into to try to see where the reviews came from. But because I just like to read the reviews and see what the fuck we're doing.
Sure.
Wrong. That's what sucks. Like, are you busting our balls? Because, I mean, I could understand that if we tell you give us a 1 and you're busting our balls. But are we fucking up or what? What didn't you like about it? I know I sound like my tongue is swollen sometimes. I feel like I'm chewing on my tongue sometimes. Maybe that, or maybe I'm getting too little fucking aggressive lately with the politics, or just too Jim Cornette-ish. I'm trying not to be Jim Cornette-ish, right?
If I had to make a guess, again, just for what I'm seeing in the world today, I'm wondering if it's the politics. But that's me.
I still listen to shit. Like I said, I listen to this other guy's fucking podcast, and I'm just like, want to bang my head against the thing. Yeah. But I listen,
Yeah.
It's always good to just hear like, I'm just listening about wrestling. Maybe it's the because listen, I'll tell you one thing about AEW fans. A lot of them are also super fucking, you can't say anything bad about it.
Oh, it's absolutely a lunatic. It's a lunatic insanity out there. I completely agree.
Yeah. And listen, I'm not trying to be Jim Cornette for sure. I hope I'm not bordering on that Jim Cornette.
No.
Anyway, also Skype link in the description. Join us Sundays at 3:05 p.m. Eastern time in the United States. So go write us a review. Join us on Skype. Make it a good review. I'm no longer asking for ones because you fuckers are obliging. Give us 5s. At least we'll take as a 4, maybe a 4.5. But no, all joking aside, thanks for listening. We love you guys. Send us emails. Let us hear from you. That's it, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.